Hey, 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 happy day. You've got your work cut out for you to supersize and grow your business. You know that, right? If anyone is telling you that you can grow and create a business without work, without effort, without planning, without preparation, without putting a whole lot of time, attention, other resources, and energy into it, they are absolutely flat out lying to you. Nothing of great value or greatness really ever comes from automatic. It doesn't just appear out of the sand. It just doesn't poof out of the air and magically appear. It's always taken energy of some form, at least some kind of creative energy, some planning and attention to detail and some purposeful direction of resources. So in order to grow our businesses, to supersize and build a business in the first place, to start a business in the first place, takes planning and effort and energy. But to grow and supersize it for sure takes planning, takes thought, takes attention, takes resources. Now, resources, whenever we hear resources, we always think money. There are a whole lot more resources than money involved in creating the business that you want, creating the business that you desire. Where does this expression, "you've got your work cut out for you," even come from? It's been with us since the 1500s or the 1600s, for sure, in English. And it comes from, they believe, there's no documented proof, but they believe it comes from the tailoring field, the tailoring industry, where you would have to cut out your pieces and cut out and plan before you started to create a finished garment. And of course, the planning isn't the whole process. The planning is just the first phase of creating a finished garment, creating an outcome or a result that you want. So saying that you've got your work cut out for you can mean that you need to spend some time and energy planning and prepping everything in order to get the result or the outcome that you want. It also means that you might have a difficult task ahead of you, that you can do all this planning, you can do all this prep, but you're still going to run into obstacles and challenges along the way that you're going to have to figure out and overcome, which are going to take attention and resources. You're going to have to realize that any worthwhile project is going to take continuous effort, continuous challenges. We will grow our business, and at each different phase of growing our business, as our business changes, as times changes, the environment changes, the constant thing that we're always going to face is that things are going to be changing all the time. Things are always going to be changing and growing and evolving. And if they're not growing and evolving, guess what? They're declining and they're breaking down. If things are breaking down, that's usually not the direction we want our businesses to go in. Any worthwhile endeavor requires planning and attention and focus of resources. Now, you've got your work cut out for you can also mean that you've got someone that's helping you to prep and plan and prepare some of the work for you before you actually start to perform the task. So when we hire teams, when we have team members that do different functions in our business, that is an example of having our work cut out for us, meaning having some of the functions, some of the planning, some of the work, some of the tasks, some of the duties done for us. We don't have to, just because we say you've got your work cut out for you, doesn't mean it's 100% our job to do everything, right? Not humanly possible, especially when we want to grow and build our business. So, how do you experience this expression? How do you think about it? I know a lot of times in the past, in different businesses and different jobs and different experiences, I did take on I always take 100% responsibility, but I did also take on too many of the tasks, too many of the responsibilities, too many of the things. And I found that in teams, to me, teams are a project. And building our team is one of the most important things we can do. Any time spent on team building, just like pretty much any time spent on planning, is worthwhile. The more team building you do up front, the more you cohesively create a team of people that are all moving in the same direction, the faster, easier, more efficient, and more effective that team will be. They will make better decisions, they will make faster decisions, they will get more done than 10 other teams that aren't cohesive or well versed on how to work with one another. I remember in college we learned, I have a quality background, so in engineering, one of the models that we learned early on was plan, do, check, act. And the breakdown of the amount of time you were expected to spend on planning was 70 to 80%. That's how important planning really is, especially when it comes to engineering projects and things like that. with the manufacturing background, it's really important that you plan out the whole process of the whole manufacturing process before you launch the product. Before you actually start to produce or make the product, you have to map out the entire process. So that's like 70 to 80% of your time and effort is upfront planning out the project. Now, I've kind of carried that through with me with everything that I do, but the caution there is to not get stuck in analysis paralysis or frozen and paralyzed to never taking action because you're spending all this time planning and organizing. There are people that will spend decades planning the business that they want to launch and they never actually launch the business because they're frozen in all of the what ifs and all the things that could happen, and they never step out and actually do anything. So we want to be careful of getting frozen in the planning phase. We also need to give it the attention it deserves. Most humans, most of us, guilty in very many aspects of my life, spend about 1% of our time planning, and then we just do, and then wonder why we struggle so much. Versus if we were to spend maybe 20 or 30% of our time planning up front before we take action and really do, we would probably see much better, faster, easier results. And isn't that what we want when we're growing and building our business? So love this expression. You've got your work cut out for you. Would like to know how you've experienced it, what you think about it. Do you feel like you've got your work cut out for you? Do you feel like you're facing difficult tasks all the time and challenges all the time and you always have your work cut out for you? And are you planning your work before you start doing it, or as you're doing it before you go and just act and implement? Or do you have people in a team set up that are helping you to get your work cut out for you by doing pieces and components of what needs to be done to grow and supersize your business? Love to hear in the comments below. Otherwise, if I can help in any way, hit me up. Direct message me, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, or in the comments below as well. Just ask a question. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. Where does it come from? What does it mean? How might it apply to your life and your business? All right. Have a great day.